This video found you today because it's time for you to get out of your self-doubt era. It's time for you to start trusting yourself again, start trusting your intuition again. And most times when people lose doubt in themselves, it's because they stop listening to themselves and they stop listening to their inner voices, or they stop listening to their intuition. Trust me, been there, done that. I'm not like an expert or professional. I am just somebody who has gone through this. When you ignore your inner guidance and you start to calibrate how you feel or how you want to present yourself moving forward to the world, that's the quickest way to lose yourself, or that's the quickest way to lose trust in yourself, when you start seeking validation from other people. So the first step to losing self-doubt is to strip yourself of unnecessary titles that you didn't even want but the world put on you. For example, they told you needed to do this, so you started doing this. They told you needed to start doing that, so you started doing that, and you put yourself on the back burner. Number 2 is listening to people's advice too much, especially when those people are not living the life that you want or the life that you envision for yourself. I'm not talking about the life that was sold to you or what they told you that you should want, but the life that you've always saw yourself living. You shouldn't be listening to people. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to people to learn from them, but when it comes to life advice, stop like, oh, I need advice on how to do this. Have you asked yourself what you even want before you go and ask like so many people for advice? Like, no, you haven't. By the way, make sure you wear sunscreen, SPF 50. I got a facial on Friday. I don't play about my SPF 50. But yeah, stop asking people for like advice on what to do, especially when you are at a sensitive spot in your life. If you don't know what to do or what decisions to make, do both and figure out which one you like. No matter how crazy it is, like try both things at the same time. For example, if you're in an ice cream shop and they have strawberry and vanilla and you don't know which one you want, right? Just take half a scoop of vanilla, take half a scoop of ice cream. It's actually not that deep. Like, life is not that deep. Coming from someone who, like, I have literally made myself lose, like, money, opportunities, because I always thought, okay, life has to be one way. And I think that's another thing that is sold to people, or sold to mostly women, because they know that women in our nature, we tend to be very wild and we tend to like a lot of things. So they like to sell the idea of choosing one thing to women. And if you're a woman who is multifaceted, you're multidimensional, like you are a lot of things. You are not just, a body. Especially if you're a woman who's in touch with her intuition and herself and her divinity and her femininity, you will notice that 9 times out of 10, restriction never ever gets you anywhere. Youth flourish more when you live in abundance and just like a surplus of things. Like you have the time, the space, like that autonomy to essentially choose. Women shouldn't be restricting ourselves at all. Especially when it comes to things that we want to pursue in life. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Another thing that keeps people in like ruts of self-doubt is being ashamed to be seen trying by other people. It's such a big one, because the more you study individuals, you realize that a lot of people are not ashamed of starting over, but they're ashamed of what starting over looks like and how other people view it, how they'll integrate with other people, how other people are going to perceive their character. The reason why I said like just try new things is that you should never ever put yourself in a cage just because of how people perceive you. People's perceptions of you will change on a day-to-day basis, on a month-to-month basis. So it should always be what you really want to do and never what they want to see. So it all brings me back to the same point. Stop seeking the validation from people that are not yourselves. Self-love is the highest vibrating frequency, and until you can learn to love and accept yourself to the point where you're not seeking validation from others, you will not be able to attract that same level of love and respect from other people. The highest level of self-love is authenticity, just simply being yourself and existing and not really caring to calibrate yourself based on whatever people want to do. Do things how you want to do things. I'm not saying you should go out there and live like a very wild life. If that's what you want to do, cool, but don't do things, or like don't not do things because you're afraid of how other people are going to perceive you, because that's just stupid. Okay, so you need to learn how to pick yourself up quickly. Stop doubting yourself. Try out new things. If you failed, at least you know you tried. But holding yourself back from trying and telling yourself, oh, this, that, and the third, what if this, what if that, what if it actually works out, what if your ideas work out? And one thing you don't want is to waste so much of your time or so much of your life doubting yourself, only to end up one day old and sick and just be like, I should have just done it anyway because life was not that deep. I feel like when we're younger, the world is sold to us to be this very serious place, but we live in a floating rock. Like, life can go from being so serious to us being in lockdown and only being able to see each other through screens. And I think the recent happenings of, like, I don't know, possible World War III just breaking out, it just goes to show, like, no matter how serious your job is, your life is, you are just human at the end of the day, that there's so much things out of your control. That's why you shouldn't take life so seriously. You should always aim to bring the whimsy back into your life. You should always not see life so deeply. Like, if you don't like something, stop. If you like something else, do it. If you want to do both, you're not sure, let's say, for example, you don't know whether to leave one job and start doing this job, do both of them. I don't care how you do it, figure it out. Or just go towards the one that's calling you the most. And God forbid, if you made a mistake and you found out, oh, okay, I actually hate this, you keep moving on. Like, don't backtrack. Don't stop yourself from moving forward because you're afraid of things not working out, okay? But thank you so much for watching this video. I do have to run now because, as y'all know, like, I'm still a regular 9 to 5 girly, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. But bye.